Presumably taking a cue from 1,000 daytime TV shows, House Flipper, out now on Steam, is a game that wants you to experience life as a house renovator, asking you to figuratively and literally build your business from humble beginnings with not much more than a shack and a laptop. To begin with, you'll be earning cash by taking on odd jobs from the local clientele, such as cleaning up a mess left behind in a student house so that the landlord can rent it out to the next lot, which includes picking up a lot of trash and, hoovering up cockroaches. Thankfully, it's not quite as icky as that description may make it sound, with loose trash being picked up and cleaned away at the click of a mouse. Filthy stains are cleaned with a mop and a bucket, in a way very reminiscent of viscera cleanup detail, only, obviously, a lot more grounded. And windows are cleaned by dragging along with your mouse, with that satisfying squeegee sound. Soon enough, you'll progress to more complex tasks like painting walls, tiling floors, and assembling furniture, all the way up to demolishing and building new walls, and completely remodelling a dwelling. Later missions will also task you with doing several of these chores at once to fulfill your contract and earn that lovely, lovely money. So the reason that you take on these smaller jobs? Of course, it's to eventually buy an entire property for yourself. And once you've done that, you can then go about, as the title suggests, flipping the entire house. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to be doing some sort of incredible Hulk feats of strength here, sadly. No, I mean completely renovating it, to either keep for yourself or sell on for some profit to members of the local neighbourhood. And this is where the game cunningly reveals its depth in progression. You see, each member of the community has different likes and dislikes, and different tastes. So there's no one house-fits-all solution. Instead, it's down to you to fix, build and buy a good enough combination of items to make both a decent sized profit on your investment and meet those needs of the community. Undertaking these fixes costs money, just like in real life, so you're performing a constant balancing act of trying to make the house as appealing as possible to the highest bidder, whilst also making sure what profit you get back is enough to buy another property and continue the cycle again, thus building your handyman business up to profitability and sustainability. And this breadcrumb method works fairly well to keep you playing. Like Euro Truck Simulator 2, it's a very smart method of getting you to press on with a relatively menial task as you see your bank balance increase and you get ever more complex dwellings to fix up. A simple but effective RPG-like stat system also helps you feel like you're progressing. As you get more proficient at doing certain tasks the more you do them, you can then upgrade these stats, and it will allow you to do things like be able to use more paint before it runs out, or to assemble appliances faster, for example. This is all very useful because, to be completely honest here, the minute-to-minute tasks can indeed get a little tedious. They certainly have a zen-like quality where you can get into a rhythm and just chill out for a while you're doing them, but it should be noted how similar they are to each other. Sure, assembling different appliances takes a different number of steps, but at the end of the day, they nearly all involve just clicking and holding the mouse on a highlighted part until an animation plays out. It would maybe be nice to see a few variations in the tasks. For example, maybe having to twist the mouse in a certain way to unscrew something. Or maybe, if you have a controller say, use the touchpad to spread plaster over an affected area. There's promise there. As previously mentioned, the windows have a slightly more complex interaction, but as it stands it feels a bit threadbare. Pun not intended. The metagame of the neighbourhood and their wants and needs is pretty fun though. An in-game tablet keeps track of the results of previous auctions, and it does feel like every potential client wants something different enough to add variety into the process of doing up each house. I mentioned earlier about the zen-like quality in the tasks, and this carries over to the larger metagame where there's a huge satisfaction of turning a building from a tip into something you can truly be proud of. Also, the freeform nature of the game is definitely a point in its favour. You can choose if you want to do some odd jobs for people, or continue working on your larger property renovation project. You can even interrupt a task halfway through to finish it later, if you choose to do so, or if you just need to top up your cash a little bit by doing some other odd jobs. So you've nearly always got something to work towards, whether it's your bank balance, or your personal pet project. And of course, it's early days yet, so the game's got plenty of space to grow even further. The developers have announced that new content is coming to the game, and there's already some free DLC that adds nuclear fallout shelter to the game. It doesn't quite have the same sort of novelty appeal of a game like Viscera Cleanup Detail, but nevertheless, House Flipper, while remaining grounded, will still provide plenty of entertainment in realising your decorating dreams. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and check out the playlist for more 5 Minutes With videos.
Click the circle of doom to subscribe!
And hit the bell for notifications.